Okay, it's a quick video for myself, Harvey Goldman. No cuts, no edits, no filters, and no hair. So today's video is a very quick one about 7 everyday habits that are secretly making you poor. So let's see how many of these apply to you. These aren't just bad habits either. They're financially dangerous traps and they're hiding in plain sight. So I'm going to give you a run through of the most common daily behaviors that most people don't even realize are costing them potentially long-term wealth. So let's get into it. So number one, you've got the culture of takeaway and food convenience, where now ready meals are in every store, even the smaller ones, not just your large supermarket chains. You've even got small brands like your Premier stores that are also now doing meal deals. Everybody's jumped on that bandwagon. The food's not only crap and lacking in nutrition, but it's expensive in comparison to what you could make yourself at home if you were to just buy a weekly shop and cook it up in batches. Stats show, this is from the ONS last year, Office of National Statistics, that the average Brit spends £1,320 a year on takeaways and food convenience items. For many, it's a lot more. In fact, if you add up the cost of meal deals, let's just say a meal deal is £4 a day, you work that out, it's £20 a week, and there you go. If you're working 52 weeks a year, do the math. It's ludicrous. And that's just for one meal. Let's just say you buy your breakfast as a ready meal as well. You're well into thousands. So food for thought anyway, no pun intended. Number two, you've got buy now, pay later schemes. Companies like Klarna, ClearPay, Fraser, PayPal, these have all exploded, and they've exploded at the worst possible time during the inflation years. They simply use clever ideals in marketing to mask what is overspending. They create silent debt where people don't realize the amount of debt they've accumulated because it's not in front of them every day. They're not seeing a pile of money physically go down because they're not paying for goods with cash, making it very easy just to keep spending, to keep spending, to keep spending, and forget or simply block out that you've already done £1,000, £2,000, £3,000. What's another 300? It's dangerous, and it's a trap that so many people fall into. The fact that it's got out of hand is proof that if you go onto Uber Eats or Just Eat, you can actually now pay for takeaway meals using PayPal Pay in 3. Now, if that doesn't give you an indication as to the state of the economy, people are buying takeaways on Pay in 3. That's mental. So there you go. Obviously a very bad one. Number three is loyalty to companies. And I've mentioned this before, but I've switched my energy suppliers already once in the last 6 months. I am looking at doing it again very soon. I've switched my mobile phone providers over, my broadband providers, literally everything, saving myself in about 25 minutes around £600 a year. So millions of people in the UK alone are overpaying these companies, whether it's your electric and gas, your mobile phone contract, whatever it might be. You need to get onto sites like Money Supermarket, like Compare the Market, like USwitch, all of these services. Take 20 minutes out of your day, run 3 searches across all 3 websites in 3 different tabs, compare the lowest results on each, and then just make your purchase and make your swap. You will save money. It is that simple. I know Martin Lewis is constantly banging on about it. People probably get fed up with him doing so, but the guy is absolutely right. It's something that's very simple, and it can instantly save you money. Yeah, don't be loyal. That's the lesson there. They're not loyal to you. They keep pumping the prices up to serve their shareholders and the people on the board. They're not working for you. You need to basically make it work for yourself. Number 4, underused subscriptions. So whether you've got Amazon Prime and maybe you watch Netflix more, so why do you need Prime? Maybe you've got a deal where you change your phone contract like I did recently and they give you Apple TV for free. Pretty awesome. So therefore, you don't need 3 internet TV providers, you can probably make do with one. So if people take stock of their unused subscriptions, whether it's TV, whether it's gym memberships, whatever it might be, take note of these. You know, there are even things like, I think it's ASOS and companies like River Island. They've got a subscription thing where you basically pay a membership and you don't pay postage on the purchases that you make throughout the year. But do you really use them enough every year to justify paying that? If not, get rid of it. You know, if you're only making 1 or 2 purchases a year, 1 or 2 lots of postage at 4 or 5 quid a time is going to be cheaper than paying, you know, £10 a month or whatever it is. So go through your bank statements, go through your PayPal statements, work out what's leaving your account and when. Take stock of it. See if you really need it. The average person can save, you know, around £100 a year just by looking at 3 months worth of statements. And again, I've done this myself. It does work. It's a bit of a self-audit, but I think we all need to do it at least once a year. So obviously, number 5 is going to be, plain and simple, the lack of financial literacy. Now, I'm in no position to bang on too much about this. I've been financially illiterate for most of my life, just blindly sticking money in bank accounts and not doing anything else with it. I started buying crypto around 2015, 2016. So this is about, I guess, 18 months before the first Bitcoin crash. And I got into investing and putting money elsewhere at that point. Not in any great deal though, just odd bits here and there. And it wasn't really until about 18 months ago that I really started looking into things like paying into pensions, ISAs, and other ways of avoiding tax responsibility, not evading, and other ways to cut my tax bill and increase my tax-free gains each year. They don't teach this in schools. They might in 0. whatever percent of them, but most schools don't. There is no UK financial literacy curriculum for kids. The only way they learn this is either by messing up as an adult and working it out for themselves, or by parents teaching them. So I think as parents, we've got a responsibility to teach our kids what they're not being taught in schools. How not knowing the difference between having a credit card and an overdraft can basically get you into massive amounts of debt. You need to know the difference. You need to learn how the rich use debt as their friend. They use it as leverage rather than using it just to buy things. And that's the difference, you know. So yeah, people need to be taught. People need to learn. It's never going to be something that's complete. I'm on a journey where I'm always learning. Every day's a learning day. I get valuable input just from reading the comments and reading about what other people use as strategies for saving money or for minimizing spend. And that's the point. You know, if you've got comments or you've got ideas, drop them below. Let everybody know. I'm sure what works for you may work for other people, may even work for me. So I'm really keen to find out. Number 6, those constant small purchases that we make. Now, it may be for the most part that we just walk through life and department stores, just ambivalently dabbing our card at machines. I'm going to buy a bag of Haribo here, a meal deal there, a Costa coffee there. I'm going to get a mobile phone case on Amazon, dib dab, dib dab. Before you know it, you've done 20 quid. But it doesn't feel like you've spent anything. Those constant small purchases without a physical pile of money in your pocket disappearing, you don't feel like you're spending anything, and you don't notice until you check your statement at the end of the week or the end of the month, and you're like, bloody hell, I've done 100 quid on nothing this week. 100 quid on coffee and meal deals. Like, you know, so you need to rein that in. Now, an obvious answer is to try and just remember to use cash. And I've started doing that in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've stopped using my card. So when I go out, if I park up and I'm going out to do some banking or to see somebody or whatever, I will purposely lock my wallet in the boot. Now, the first reason is obviously theft. But I lock my wallet in the boot and I take literally a tenner with me. And if that tenner goes, that tenner goes. But I know that I can't spend more than a tenner. So that's my limit. I try and set myself a £10 limit a day. And a lot of days I don't even spend that. A lot of days I don't spend anything. But limiting yourself just to cash is a surefire way to stop spending on your card and cut down these seemingly innocent minor purchases that can add up to ridiculous. And I mean thousands. If you're spending, £10 a day, that's still £500+ a year. Imagine if you're dib-dabbing £20-30 a day, couple of meal deals, couple of coffees, you could be well into the thousands. So food for thought anyway, food for thought. And number 7, the last one, not budgeting monthly. Now, there are many ways that you can do this. There are apps that you can use to do this. You could just make a spreadsheet if you're that way inclined. You could use ChatGPT for free and just say, I need to make a budget planner for the next 4 weeks. Give me something that runs Monday to Sunday and includes all spends with a algorithm built in to do a final calculation at the end of each week and then a total for the month. And that's it. That's all you need to put in. And it'll do it for you. It'll output you a downloadable Excel spreadsheet with the formula there. And you can use it. It's as simple as that. These things can really help. And it's not like you need to do it every single month. You probably need to do it for 1 month, though, just as a system shock to make you realize what you're spending, where you're spending, and also how much you could be saving. And it could be the difference. Think about this. It could be the difference if you save, even if it's £300 a month, which is most likely doable for most people. If you save £300 a month, think about what that means for your family. Think about the extra family holiday that you could have with that money. And you're buying peace of mind and time and relaxation for yourself. You're buying experiences, life-changing experiences for your children, foreign culture. You're buying that for them. You could use that money to invest and take advantage of compounding and just keep doing it and banging it into an account, whether it's an ISA or a crypto fund or a SIP or whatever it might be, whatever floats your boat. But that money could be put to better use than buying crappy coffee, dead carbohydrates, and paying for subscriptions that you're probably not using. So what are your thoughts on this? Where do you stand on the things that are secretly making you poor? Are there any that I've not mentioned that you can think of that perhaps you've encountered? Drop it in the comments, let me know. Really keen to find out, as always. YouTube is going to pop another video probably up there. Obviously, please like, follow, subscribe. It all really helps. And I'm sure there'll be another video tomorrow. Goldman, peace out.